Okay, folks, this video is on the questions in section 9.2 of your book, area of rectangles and triangles. So first I'm going to do a quick recap on how to get the area of these two shapes. This is something that you would have done in primary school, so this should be revision for you, but we're going to go over it again. So if I have a rectangle, okay, and it has a length of 5 and a width of 4, to get the area, it is the length times the width. So in this case here, it would be 5 by 4, which is 20. If these units were centimeters, it would be 20 centimeters squared. Now this squared here, the power of 2, represents the fact that we are dealing with area. We're dealing with 2 dimensions, okay? If you forget to put that in a question, you're going to lose marks because your answer is technically wrong, okay? So whenever I want to get the area of a rectangle, the length by the width. Very simple. If I have a square, well, remember folks, the only difference between a square and a rectangle is all 4 sides are equal in length. So if I want to get the area of this, it would be 3 by 3, or 3 squared, which is 9 centimeters squared. So that is how we get the area of a rectangle. Very, very simple, very, very easy. The length of the side by the width of the side. That's it. Now, if I want to get the area of a triangle, it's slightly different. Okay, so let's say I have a triangle and its lengths are 3, 4 and 5. Okay? If I want to get the area of this, I need to find out what this length is, what we call the perpendicular height. So this is the height going from the base of my triangle at a right angle to the top point, okay? If I know what that length is, then I can get the area of this. So I'm going to make up a number here, and this number is going to be wrong, but anyway, let's say it was 3.5. In order to get the area of a triangle, it is the base by the perpendicular height. That's what this upside down capital T symbol represents, is perpendicular. So in this case it would be the base, which is 5, by the perpendicular height, which is 3.5. So that would be, I think, 17.5, is it? Yeah, 17.5. And that's it. That is it. To get the area of a triangle, you multiply the base length by the perpendicular height. Now, I just would like to point a few things out. If I knew, we say base, but if I knew the height from here, say if I knew this line here, we'll call it 4.5, then I would multiply 4.5 by this, because this would be the base now. Okay? Because the height is going from the corner to the opposite side. Likewise, if I had a line going from here, let's say 7, from the corner to the opposite side, it would be 7 by 3. It wouldn't be 7 by 5. So base means the side opposite the corner that your perpendicular height goes to. Okay, folks? Now, if my triangle is a right angle triangle, okay, this side is my base, this side is my perpendicular height. Because the perpendicular height, as you said, is the side at the right angle going to the opposite point, the opposite corner point, okay? So in a right angle triangle, this would be my base and this would be my height. And if I had a scalene triangle that was a bit more irregular, let's say something like this, okay, my perpendicular height would actually be outside the triangle. So this would be my base, and this would be my perpendicular height, okay? Now this is all explained in the book, but you have to make sure you remember it, okay? So, I'm going to now go through a couple of examples, or a couple of bits of some of the questions in the book for you. I know I shouldn't be touching my face, so that we can better understand what we're doing for our homework. Okay, for your homework / classwork, okay? So, exercise 9.2, area, rectangles and triangles, okay? Question 1. Question 1, they're giving us shapes drawn on a grid graph paper, okay? So all you got to do is count the boxes. So for question 1, part 1, that orangey L-shaped thingy, count the boxes. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 boxes. So, and each box represents 1 centimeter squared, so it has an area of 5 centimeters squared, because there's 5 boxes. Okay? Question 2. All you have to do is count the boxes. Count all the full boxes first, and then each half box, each partial box counts as a half. So 2 partial boxes count as 1 full box to give us an estimate. Okay? Question 3, part 1. We have a rectangle which is a length of 7 and a width of 9. So its area, 7 by 9, 63 centimeters squared. Alright? Question 4 is the exact same. Question 5. We have a rectangle, or sorry, a square of length 7. Well, look, folks, if it's a square, squares by definition, all 4 sides are equal length. So that's 7, that's 7, and that's 7. So the area is going to be 7 squared, or 7 by 7, which is 49 meters squared. That's it. Okay? Question 6. I'm going to do an example like 6 on the board. Let's say I have, that's kind of badly drawn. Let's imagine that's a perfectly drawn square, folks. You know I'm terrible at drawing, okay? I have a square. It has an area of 16 meters squared. Find the length of one of the sides. Well, what you're being asked to do is get the square root of 16, which you can do with your calculator. But you should be able to figure this one out in your head. What number, when multiplied by itself, gives me 16? Now, what I said here was multiplied by itself. I don't mean what 2 numbers multiplied to give me 16. 2 times 8. That's wrong. What one number multiplied by itself gives me 16? The answer would be 4. And question 6 is asking you to do the exact same thing. So is question 7. So for question 6 and 7, you're getting the square root. If you can't remember from your tables, you can just use your square root button. That's this button here, folks, okay? This symbol here, which it's 3 buttons up from the button number 8. This button here is the one you use. So question 6, that's how you do it. Question 7, that's how you do it. Question 8. We have a rectangle with an area of 96 centimeters squared. And we're told that one of the lengths is 12 centimeters. Now remember what we said, folks. Area is length by width. So I have a number. When I multiply that number by 12 and some other number, I get 96. So I have to figure out, well, what is this other number? So I have to know how many times does 12 go into 96? What number when multiplied by 12 gives me 96? Okay, so nice and simple, and the answer, of course, is 8. Sorry, just checking something. 8. Now 8 what? Centimeters. Okay? Question 8, part 2, part 3, it's the exact same. We're dividing the area by the length we were given. And question 9. Okay, we have this shape here. It's a weird kind of, I don't know what you call it, an L or something, I don't know. Okay, and we're asked to find the perimeter of the given figure. So first of all, we need to figure out, okay, well, what's this length here? If from there to there is 4, then from there to there is 4 minus 2, which is 2. And what's this length here? From here to here is 8, so from here to here is 8 minus 3, which is 5. So to get the perimeter of this, we're going to, and I'm not going to do it, you do it, but here's the sum, add up all these numbers, okay? Now, we're asked to find the area of this shape by dividing a rectangle into 2 separate rectangles. Well, if I draw a line here, I now have a 4 by 3 plus a 5 by 2. It's not 8, folks, it's 5. Okay? And now just multiply those two together and add the numbers. Otherwise, I could have also done this. If I draw the line here, it would have been 8 by 2 plus 2 by 3. Okay? And question 10 is the exact same. Question 11 is the exact same. Okay? You're dividing up your shapes. Question 12. We have a triangle. It has a perpendicular height of 5 and a base length of 8. So the area is going to be 5. I can't remember. At the start of my video, did I say base by height? I think I did. That was a mistake, folks. It's half the base by the height. So that was actually a mistake at the start of the video. So the previous video I uploaded, I know I did do it correctly. So that's going to be a half by 40, because 5/8 are 40, which is 20 centimeters squared. So sorry, half the base by the height. Apologies. Okay? Question, and the rest of question 12 are all like this. And question 13. Okay, so this length here is 12, and this length here is 7. Well, area is equal to half, which I forgot to say at the start of the video, the base times the perpendicular height. So that's going to be a half of 12 by 7. Okay, so 12 by 7 is 84. And then a half of 84, half of 8 is 4, half of 4 is 2 centimeters squared. Okay? So, there are your examples. For Monday, I want you to all have done, now, this is for Monday afternoon, okay? Not for Monday morning, right? For Monday 4 p.m., I want you all to do for me exercise 9.2, areas of rectangles and triangles, questions 1 to 13. By 4 o'clock, I want to be getting emails from everybody with pictures of your copies showing the work you've done, so I know you've been doing this work. If you're having any questions, if you're struggling, if the answer you're getting is completely different to the answer in the back of the book, then you can send me a picture of your work, email it to me, and then I'll be able to see where you're making a mistake and I can help you with it. And don't be waiting until you're due to submit it. If you're having trouble with this, email me your work, okay? Including sending an email over the weekend. If you do send me an email over the weekend, I will respond to it as early as I can on Monday, okay? That's everything. I'm also going to take a picture of the pages for those of you who didn't bother to bring your books home from school when you were asked to. and I'll put them on our Google Classroom as well. Okay, thanks everybody.